Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Working on the flip project still. And today my plan of attack is I'm going to start doing some trim carpentry work. So I've got a couple doors that I need to cut to make fit openings. I've got a door to install. I have to actually install the frame first. Then I've got some other stuff like this. Some critter chewed on that window casing. I need to replace that. I've got some baseboard down here that's all beat up. I'm going to replace that. And I should give an update too. I'm happy to report on the last video I was working in the basement trying to get rid of the cat pee smell. So when I came back today, it is much better. So if you want to go back and check that video, I'll leave a link at the end of this one or a link up above. You can see how I'm going about getting rid of that cat pee smell. But much better today, and I think after I do my second treatment of the enzyme cleaner that I use, I think we're going to be in good shape down there. So I'm really happy about that. So before I get going on some of this trim work, I've been going around and you can see all the spots all over the walls. There's a million holes in the walls here, and I've got most of those touched up already, but I've got a couple that I missed my first trip around that I've got to go back, and you can see those are big deep holes. So I need to go back and touch those up, and I can let that mud dry, give it a final sanding, and I'm going to be one step closer to being ready to paint. Okay, I've got all the holes mudded, I think, for the last time. We'll let that dry, and this afternoon I'll give it a sand, and I think I'll be finished with that step. So now let's talk about these doors. So there's two doors in this house that I figured out need to be replaced. This one that I've got lined up here, I'll show you. It's the bad side is sandwiched in between these two door slabs right now, so I can't show you. But basically, it was on this corner bedroom, and it looks like dogs basically clawed and tried digging their way through the door, so the back is all tore up. And then the other one that I'm going to replace is this kitchen door that leads to the basement, and it's got a hole down there, so that one needs to be replaced as well. But so I was able to find these slabs, and when I say slabs, I just mean like here's the other one. When I say slab, I just mean basically a door panel by itself, not one that comes in a frame like this one. So this is what they call a pre-hung door. This is just a slab. But anyway, I was able to find slabs that match almost identical to the existing door, so that's good. I need to make a little bit of adjustment on it. I've already cut this one down. These doors, the new slabs, are approximately about 3/16 of an inch wider than the old doors. So I've got to trim those down a little bit. I'll show you in a minute how I do that. So that's done on this one. Now I just need to cut the hinges in. And to do that, the way that I do this is I line them up. I get the top of the door lined up. The bottom, actually this one is just a little bit shorter than the old door, which doesn't make any difference. What is important is making sure your tops are lined up. So anyway, do that. Then I just take a square and I come across and I mark the old hinge locations. And then, get a measurement of what this reveal is here, mark it on your new slab, and then I just take one of the hinges and I basically, draw my radiuses in there for the corners. It's actually a lot easier to do square hinges because trying to chisel out a round corner is about impossible. You can do it with a router, but I don't have that router jig, so I'm just going to do it with a chisel. So I've gotten to this point. Now I'm just going to chisel out this portion of the wood so I can get the hinge recessed, and that one will be ready to test fit. All right, that's pretty close. I think that will work. I need to fine tune a little bit. All right, I think that'll work. I just got to do the other two and I can drill some holes. All right, so I got all my hinge pockets cut in there, and I've already pre-drilled a couple of holes. The I don't know, kind of finicky part about this is obviously this slab, this hinge location has to line up perfectly with the existing door frame, door jamb. So I took some pretty exact measurements and got myself some holes in here. And what I'm going to do is just put one screw in one hinge. And then that will give me something to basically attach to the door, and then I can work my way down. And actually, I did drill a second hole. I think I might pop one more hinge on here and hope that I've got that location right. And then before I drill and put all these screws in, I'll wait till I actually have it hanging in on the door frame. All right, let's see if it fits. Of course it fits. All right, now let's go down the line and get all the screws in, drill holes, and I'll be ready to drill a hole for the doorknob, the lock set. Here's what I was telling you about that door where it's all scratched up from dogs trying to get out. Can't have that. All right, so I'm ready to cut down this other door slab. The way well, I should say first, I've done this lots of times before with just a little, I like to use a little battery operated skill saw, circular saw, just because they're really light and they're easy to control. You can do it with a full size, corded circular saw too, but I like the battery operated better. But what I'm doing today, this is actually the way I prefer to do this, since I'm just needing to take off probably about a quarter, maybe 3/16 off this door. I'm actually just using a hand plane. This is just a super cheap, probably about the cheapest hand plane that you can get, but for the amount that I use it, it works out great for my needs. I'll flip it over, I'll take a little bit off the other side, and I'll be ready to cut the hinges in. All right guys, so I got that piece of window casing replaced. I didn't film it, but I did replace this chunk of base too that was all busted up and these corners were all marred up. So I've got that replaced, and I've got one more piece of trim. This door stop here had something chewing on it, so I'm gonna pop that off and replace it. And then I need to start cleaning this place up. So I actually met with this is the next day, I met with a painter last night, and just so happens he's finishing up a job now and he's gonna be ready to paint next week. So I need to hurry up and get done the final kind of preps things I need to do for this house. And hopefully early next week we're gonna have a painter in here and we're gonna really be moving into overdrive. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I gotta get a few things finished up, definitely on the main level. I don't know if I'll get to installing this door or not. I'd like to get that done too. But we'll just see how far I get today. So I need to get this bathroom ready for paint. So I'm going to eliminate this mirror. These soap holder things are going to go. The light needs to go. And I might need to relocate this outlet and switch over here. I don't know, we'll see. But first let's get this mirror out of the way. I wasn't sure if those things were actually glued to the wall or what, but obviously they're inset, so now I've got some big holes that I need to patch. Not the end of the world. Alright guys, so I ended up just plugging these holes. I shifted this outlet over here a little bit because I want to make sure I have room for a nice big mirror here. This vanity is going to be a 30-inch vanity, so it'll be wider than this existing one. So I've got this outlet over to the side where the mirror is going to be. So left that one on this side, get these plugged up, tape it up, mud it, and this will be ready for paint. All right, guys, that is it for today. I've got this place pretty well picked up. I still have a few odds and ends before it'll be ready for the painters, but I'm really close. And I've got to swing back in here tomorrow to hit this bathroom with a second coat of drywall mud so I can finish picking up these odds and ends then. But for now, today is Saturday and my daughter's actually home from college, so I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Going forward, I'll start working on that bathroom downstairs, and the big change is when the painter comes in here, this place is gonna start to really transform. So again, appreciate you guys watching. If you're interested in seeing the next steps, make sure to follow along, and we'll see you in the next video.